hope Lady Luck will be on my side.
Okay. Alright, welcome back, welcome back. We are in the Settlers Monastery, and we're just in the cellars of the monastery, and we found these guys playing illegally. If you go,
Maybe Lady Luck.
I don't feel. Shall we play?
Let's do it.
some dice. Okay, no, I haven't played in a fucking while, so I want one of these. They do? One of that, one of that, one of that. 4, 5. One of this, I guess.
Maybe you're not playing for the first time, but you can't beat me.
How did that work? Is that not a skull? I thought it would count as whatever. It doesn't.
Let it be now. I want to play too, you know? If I was you, I'd take it.
What did you do to those dice for them to betray you like that?
That's good too, but you could.
They're yours, lad.
I should have taken the 300.
If I threw like that, I wouldn't.
6 dice. I have a lot of loaded dice and shit, and I'm busted. Like, really? I mean, that's just... Right.
My
See what you
God,
find so
I'm
complicated.
done.
I just pick them up and throw them, then I pick them up and throw them again. That's all there is to it.
Fucking hell.
The Lord's breathing on your hands.
So if he gets 450, I'm done. That's a 5, I can see it. And a 1. Okay, cool, he's got it.
Excellent.
I don't know if monks can even do that, but you turned me over unchristianly.
It must have been God's will. What do you say? Want to try again?
I definitely want that die, so
Right.
yes, that die. Right. I don't think I take this one actually. Okay, let's do this again.
We'll see whose side luck is on today. Well, you're not afraid of anything.
That with such a throw.
It's completely the same start as last time. It's, I don't know. I can take several die of the same make. So I could actually take 3 heavenly die, for example. I think last time I started doing that because it's just way better.
Shaped them out of clay and played with them, and they were rounded and didn't have any number.
That's a that must be a 2, right? Okay. Yes.
Glory and praise. That's what I call a blessed wrist.
A blessed wrist. What the actual fuck?
Still the... Alright.
Okay. 3 of that. 1 of that. 1 this and 1 this. So, because if I do that, exactly, nice.
Behold, O world.
Those devil's die, they basically count as anything that I want, that I mark beforehand. So if it's a 6 and then those 2, then it's 600.
These ones here.
That's what I'm talking about,
And I
damn it.
swear
That's
I
how you
did
have to
pray.
play.
So for example, that, that, and that. Done.
Fuck that. Ha.
I win. So, where's this famous blessed die of yours?
Where is it? Now that's a good question. They say it lies where the sun doesn't shine, but grapes ripen nonetheless. Where the wood is firm, but hollow. The 4th one on the left.
So, I have to find it myself? What kind of prize is that?
A great one. In the spiritual sense, that is.
In the spiritual sense, you can kiss my arse. Besides, why didn't you pull it out yourselves?
You see, we would have gone and picked it up if only it wasn't possibly, maybe a little bit, cursed.
It's what?
Not for sure, though. Just possibly. Theoretically.
Ah, that's just a harmless rumor. An old monastery myth.
One that says it brings luck to the good-hearted and to the foolish. A lifetime of phlegm and 5 years of embarrassing accidents.
So, nothing too serious.
Well, thanks a lot.
Nothing serious. Okay, so it sounded to me like he was talking of wine barrels, right? So 4 to the left.
Come on then, show us what you can do. Unless you're playing for the first time.
There's no wine barrels here. Oh, that's the kitchen. Alright, we're just gonna go through all of them. Easy as that. There it is. 160. Oh, that's something. Worth 160. No one knows for sure whether it was blessed by a holy man or just spat on by a drunken monk. Either way, the die rolls sort of. It's said to bring good luck to honest people. To scoundrels, it brings foolish dreams and a tendency to trip over things that weren't there before. Or maybe it's the other way around. But if it's worth 160, so I think basically I'm going by how good the die are by how much they're worth. And 160 is only the devil's head die as much. It's worth as much as that. So it must be a very good one. Saying that. Alright, so we had this hallway here that we haven't really checked out yet. Anything else hidden here? No. Okay. Is this leading to? Yes, that's what I thought it is. It's leading to these kind of like crypt-like hallways underneath that hall or other the main hall. So I was sure that then, you know, at some point we need to get there somehow. Oh, come on. Okay, we're back upstairs. Alright, what do we have here? Check on Brother Ernest. Yes, that's the other brother that was working on that book. And hasn't been seen in a while. Is it this one? Oh shit.
Christ! I'm too late.
Dead.
A rash. Same as the sick in the infirmary. He died sooner, so he must have been the first to catch it.
The notes of the great builder Peter Parler. What does that do?
Some building plans. Looks like a church, and underneath, probably a crypt. I should tell Albic about this.
Okay. So this is basically the part where we go back. Should we tell someone that there's a fucking dead body here? Possibly. Yep, I won't tell you anything. I want to find out what this book is. Can I sit down somewhere?
What do you say? You.
Give the others 100% anyway. Oh, you can't delay. Fuck. Where's the confessor?
My respects. God be with you.
Shina. Monk. Where's the confessor?
Where's the confessor?
It's just a parrot.
You mentioned you know the herbalist, Joachim.
Don't think we're old friends or something of the like. We met once during my last visit to the monastery before my journey to Padua. When Zacharias mentioned him, I was glad to hear Joachim was still alive. He's growing a bit long in the tooth, you see.
So, you don't really know each other?
It's mainly my friend, Oswald Torvald, that knows him. He's the one that told me about Joachim originally. They've known each other for years, and though Joachim lacks a formal education, Oswald still learned much from him. They write to each other frequently, and he visited Joachim several times. But his work won't allow him to anymore.
I see. So what's this Joachim like?
He prefers to focus on his work rather than engage in conversation. Though when he does let someone get close, he can be friendly. And if you need help, he rarely hesitates to lend a hand.
I found another infected.
You're not the only one. While you were gone, they brought in several more. So, where's your sick man?
With the Lord now. I found him too late.
Lord have mercy. Do you at least know who it was?
One of the monks. His name was Ernest.
That's the second death today. Let's hope it's the last. The confessor's dead. Old Stephen.
Don't blame yourself. I'm sure you did everything you could to help him.
We tried, but sometimes there's just nothing we can do. At least we know he's no longer suffering. And what about you? Did you find out anything about the others who are sick? Do they have anything in common?
I found some jewelry in Stephen's cell. It looked quite old.
Jewelry? Where would he have got that from?
He might have stolen it. But given how strict he was about the seal of confession, it doesn't seem likely. Maybe someone else stole it. But guilt caught up with him, and he gave it to Stephen during confession.
Maybe. But surely we'd have heard about such a theft by now. Unless...
They stole it from someone who can't tell anyone anymore. Do you think we've got a murderer here?
I've no idea. It's all just guesswork.
I found out that Ernest, Yaroslav and Blazhena were meeting regularly. There's a secret copying workshop in the cellar.
A secret? But why? And what in God's name was she doing there?
Well, it's a long story, but I know for sure they were meeting down there. Those three from the infirmary, and the overseer I found dead.
Very well. I believe you. That explains why those three got infected. Do you think it happened in their workshop? Did you notice dampness, mold, any strange smell or bad air?
Nothing like that. It was damp, but the air was otherwise clean.
In that case, someone must have brought the illness to them.
But who?
Probably Ernest. If he died first, it would make sense.
Or maybe the illness just killed him faster because he was older. Like the confessor.
That's possible too.
So, what are we going to do now?
We'll go to the abbot. You, Zacharias, and I. This is getting out of hand, and the number of sick keeps rising.
To the abbot? Right now?
You think waiting will solve anything?
You've all come. That can't mean anything good.
The truth is, more are falling ill and the infirmary's filling up fast.
We're trying to give them all they need. But soon there'll be no beds and they'll have to lie on the floor.
How many have died?
The old confessor, Brother Stephen.
And Brother Ernest, too.
Ernest?
He died in his cell. No one even knew he'd fallen ill.
So, it started then.
Ernest wasn't treated. Even mild illness can be deadly without care.
And Stephen's age didn't help either.
When the Black Death last swept the town, it also started slowly. The old, the sick, and those no one missed were the first to die. And then we couldn't even bury the dead in time, let alone give them the last rites. Now, the Lord is punishing us for it.
We do have some good news. With Henry's help, we might soon uncover where the infection's coming from.
We know that Brother Yaroslav and that maid both met with Ernest, so the illness must have spread between them.
They all met? Even the maid? Why?
Well, I didn't mean they were all together at the same time. Just that both Yaroslav and Blazhena had encounters with Ernest.
Why would a maid be meeting with Ernest? That makes no sense.
Ernest never left the monastery grounds.
He did, in fact, fairly often. He was one of the few allowed out for work reasons.
Then they must have run into each other by chance, somewhere outside.
Very well, then.
Just breathing the same foul air as someone infected for a while puts you at risk.
And since I found Ernest already dead, we believe he's the one who brought the sickness among the others. If he was the first to die, then he must have been the first to catch it, right?
But where did he catch it?
I don't know yet, Father. But I have certain suspicions. What was his job in the monastery?
Ernest oversaw all building and repair work in the monastery.
And what had he been working on lately?
He'd been supervising repairs in the church. A floor had collapsed above the crypt recently. He was assigning tasks to laborers and overseeing the work.
Which crypt do you mean?
Some important nobles are buried there. But most of all, it's the tomb of my predecessors. May their souls rest in peace.
Oh, the
That
dead.
might be the source of the foul air.
Yes.
The illness could have spread from the exposed crypt.
I ought to go into the church and inspect everything thoroughly. Especially that crypt.
That's not a good idea. If the illness is really spreading from there, no one should go in.
I understand your concern, Zacharias. But Henry is right. At this point, it's just a supposition, and we must put it to the test.
Enough. What nonsense is this? No one's going into that crypt. The disease is spreading. The infirmary is full. We've already got 2 dead.
Father, I understand you're afraid, but...
Afraid? I'm not afraid. I bear responsibility for the whole monastery, for every living soul. And it's my God-given duty to do everything I can to protect them from the plague.
Father, wait. Just give us a day. 2 at most. I'll just find out where the sickness came from.
You won't get another hour. The monastery is to be sealed. No one goes in, no one comes out. All the monks are to withdraw to their cells.
What about us? You want to keep us here against our will?
I don't want to, but I must. And at the same time, I humbly ask for your help.
Of course.
Believe me, you'll be repaid when the time is right. You came to me with a certain request. Help me, you may consider it granted.
It's for the best, Albec. Even if it turns out not to be the plague, it's still a deadly illness, and we're within sight of the town. If it spreads to Kuttenberg, it'd be a disaster.
I know. But as you wish. I'm sorry, Henry, but I'm afraid we have no choice.
Tibi Domine, fratrum nostrum, humiliter commendamus, ut quem in hac vita mortali, immenso semper es prosecutus amore, nunc manis omnibus liberatum, in requiem in gredi iubias sempiternam. Tuam ergo clementium de precamur, ut via prima iam transierunt, illum in paradisum tum begnine perducas, ubi neque luctus, neque clamor, neque dolor erit ultra. Sed pax et gaudium,
tuo et Spiritu Sancto in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
I would say we have to check out that grip, right? And we'll probably have to sneak about, because we're not meant to be there.
What now?
This whole situation keeps getting worse. How am I meant to treat a disease I know almost nothing about? This can't end well.
Then what do you suggest? The abbot's forbidden us from going anywhere outside the infirmary.
Not only that, he's had the monastery gates shut. No one's allowed in.
Or out. Ludolf's men are even patrolling the grounds. We're literally imprisoned.
Still, something must be done. The beds are nearly full, and there's not endless space on the floor either.
Henry, I know I've no right to ask this of you.
Oh. Now you're suddenly glad of your escort to the monastery, eh?
For someone who only got here thanks to Albec, you've got a cheek, don't you think?
Fair enough. I didn't expect things to go this way either. But Zacharias is right. Talking won't help us now.
I'm sorry. So what can I do?
Search the church crypt. If there's a plague grave down there, uncovered by that collapse, then at least we'll know for sure.
But surely no one would have buried plague victims there. That's where the abbot's tombs are.
I'm not looking to confirm it. On the contrary, I want to rule it out. I still don't believe we're dealing with plague. I'll stay here and tend to the sick.
Let me assist you, friend.
Thank you. I appreciate that. There's enough work here for the both of us. Henry, try speaking with the workers repairing the collapsed floor. In the best case, they might have noticed something. In the worst case, they'll already be showing symptoms of the disease.
And how do I get there? I'm not even supposed to poke my nose outside. The knights are patrolling the grounds.
If they catch him wandering somewhere he shouldn't be, they'll have him thrown out.
And the abbot will find out we're investigating the source of the outbreak despite his explicit orders. But this is about lives. Henry, I believe you can do it. But still, be careful.
I'll do what must be done. Just make sure you look after the sick.
Hold on. In Italy, physicians wear a kind of hood with a mask. It protects them from foul air and perhaps even the plague.
True. I've heard the same in Padua.
Sounds good. But where am I meant to get one around here?
With a bit of skill, you can make it yourself. All you need for the hood is a piece of leather. You'll need to hang fragrant herbs around the collar. Something like mint or sage.
Might as well perfume myself all over.
You jest. But yes. The less foul air you breathe in, the better.
You can use the workbench in the alchemical workshop to make it.
All right. I'll be off then.
Best of luck. And God be with you.
And with you.
I need some rope. Okay. can't access my horse. Fuck. Where would I get rope from?
God be with you.
Okay, so it looks like Zacharias has another quest or something.
I've got a few more questions about that plague mask.
What do you want to know?
Can you tell me where to find the things I'll need?
You can get the rope and leather almost anywhere. I'd say you'll find some lying around the construction site. And you can gather herbs from Yocham's garden.
And the recipe for the fragrant oil?
The monastery library has extensive collections. I'd be surprised if you didn't find something in there.
So I need to sneak around, get all the stuff, and then come back? That's annoying.
How will the mask help me?
Well, if you wear it properly, you shouldn't get infected. Or not so easily, at least. The herbs and oil purify the air around you, and the mask stops you breathing in the fouled air.
And once I've got all the materials, is there a recommended method?
Once you've got everything you need, there's a bench in the alchemical workshop where you can get to work. I'm not the handiest with this sort of thing, but if I can sew the mask, hanging herbs on it should be a cinch.
That's all. Is there anything I can help you with around here?
Leave the treatment to us. But Dinesh did mention he's been having trouble with Celarius.
What's it about?
About food supplies. Even before the monastery was closed, old Julian was a miser. But now we have to haggle over every morsel.
You really think I can do something about it?
Couldn't hurt to try. Go and speak to Dinesh. He'll explain what's what.
Can I ask?
Of course.
Thanks.
No problem.
Okay, I need some fucking rope.
So this is where they put the altar Voitor and I painted. Beautiful work. I'm sure people won't forget the name Voitor anytime soon.
Voitor. Which one was Voitor? I'll be honest, I can't remember. Voitor.
What are you doing here?
I heard you had some trouble getting supplies for the infirmary.
That's right. Old Julian seems to think the sick can live on decoctions and ointments. We get nothing but scraps.
Well, if they want to let them starve, I don't know why they need two famed physicians for it.
My thoughts exactly. I've told him 100 times, but he just keeps saying he's praying for them. As if that would help.
I'm back in a second. Okay, I'm back. Now, him saying Voita, and I just looked it up. Voita is the painter. Right, from KCD2 in the first region. Didn't realize that they did that together.
Well, maybe I could try speaking to the Solarius myself and see if I can persuade him.
I won't stop you, but I've tried everything I could think of. What's your plan?
I don't know yet. I'll speak to him and try to find out what might sway him.
Suit yourself. Good luck.
That looks like a rope. That's needed. Because you have to do is prevention first. Get some rope. And then a recipe in the library. And then speak to the Solarius. You can also talk to the workers here before we go in. Yep, definitely. I could also try and talk to the Jonathan guy out here. Not Jonathan, Joachim.
Master, there are so many ill. What if we're infected?
Okay.
Too.
If you're not feeling well, go and lie down.
Okay. We can't delay.
And if it gets any worse, let me or Zacharias know.
All right so far, but isn't it just a matter of time?
Pay it no mind. Pray, work, and be thankful that you're still here.
All these good books. Okay, I think what we're going to do first, basically, is try and talk to these... Oh, I wanted to save again. Try and talk to the workers first, and at the same time grab some rope. Now I'm going to swap into my thief's outfit. How the fuck do you sneak? C, right? Yep.
I'll have to watch out for those patrolling knights.
He's not supposed to be here.
God bless. What would you like?
What are you doing in the garden? Shouldn't you be inside?
What a beautiful day the Lord has given us. I feel in my bones it might rain now. But no need to dwell on that now.
What are you doing here in the garden?
You know, people often don't cherish the simple gifts life offers. At least not until they lose them. But why shouldn't one rejoice in each day and share that joy with others? Just look. The roses, for instance. Such splendor. I planted them here myself, years ago.
What? Why aren't you with the other monks?
Ah, it's beautiful here. The birds don't sing like they used to, but at least I can still watch them. Don't you wish you could fly too? Soaring on the wind and gazing upon the wonders of the world.
Are you even listening to me? I'm asking why you're not inside.
I heard you.
Well?
You're asking what I'm doing in the garden. Just look around. Where else could I wish to be in this very moment?
Inside? Because there's a contagious illness roaming around?
Look at me. What could some illness possibly take from old Brother Constantine? By the way, you look spry, full of strength. May I ask a small favor of you?
First, I want to know what it is.
You see, I didn't tell any of the brothers I was going out into the garden. That wasn't the wisest
He can't
thing.
move anymore.
I'd need you to let one of them know I'm all right, so he doesn't worry needlessly.
I'll help you. But who exactly should I give the message to? And where can I find him?
Find Brother Athanasius. He should be in the dormitory above the library.
All right. I'll find him and deliver the message.
Till we meet again.
The last wish.
It feels good to be here.
Is he fucking dying? Oh my god, I also just went by accident into this. Actually thought I would come out somewhere else. Anyway. Oh, that's a cemetery in here. When, if not now, when then? I also wonder if the Joachim guy is still out there. I mean, most likely not, but you never know. There he is.
What are you doing here?
Did you know there's a monk hiding in the garden?
Ah, so you found him. I know he's in the garden, but I think that's how it ought to stay.
Why should he stay there?
Go and see for yourself. How much time could he have left, eh? I reckon he should be the one to choose where to spend his final moments. Don't you think?
So that's how it is. You just leave him out here then?
It doesn't bother me having him around. And if you're worried he'll run off somewhere...
Thanks for your honesty.
Well, it's not like you gave me much choice. Take care, friend.
Take care. So he is dying. Well... Did I go the way around? This is actually not a bad idea. I won't get in there. Okay, I can't quite get in there. That would be so cool. I think we can get in here. Okay, so where the fuck do we need to go? I think we can go upstairs there. Then do those two things and also talk to the Solarius here. Yep, definitely won't get through there. Oh shit. That's downstairs?
What is it? Did you drop something?
Brother, forgive the intrusion.
Are you Athanasius by any chance?
Yes, that's me.
Brother Constantine wants to...
Constantine? You know where he is? Is he all right? Has something happened to him?
Don't worry, he's fine. And he looks content.
But then why hasn't he come back? Is he lost? Does he need help?
I don't think it's that. It seems he just doesn't want to come back.
What do you mean, doesn't want to? You have to convince him somehow. We can't let him stay out there alone.
I think Constantine should stay in the garden. I won't try to talk him into coming back.
But what if something happens to him? Do you want that on your conscience?
It's his decision. And besides, there's no danger in the garden. He's in the fresh air.
Perhaps you're right. But it doesn't bring peace to my heart. All we can do now is pray for him.
Till we meet again.
Okay. I mean, you know, something could happen to him here too. That's the shitter. They all could just sit next to each other and shit. Beautiful. Okay. That's down. Alright, so I think that's in here, right? Oh. Oh, that's all the same. Lending records. So this is where you could basically find stuff. Like it tells you that Master Studies 4 is Father Stephen, so you could find his room and then take that, right? The Legends of Ambrose the Archer, for example. Nice. Let's go. Hold on, what do we need? I think it might be here. Get the recipe for aromatic oil. Cinnamon oil, rose oil, lavender oil, nard oil, myrrh oil, oil of protection from illness, rosemary oil. Okay. Cool, so we got that. What the fuck is he still doing there?
Forgive the intrusion.
An apology will not spare us this dreadful illness, but obeying the abbot's orders might. Haven't you heard them? I moved in here so I could continue my work and keep the mandated solitude. So leave me in its safe embrace and go away.
I understand.
And I'm urgently asking you to...
I understand your fear.
Then why aren't you at it?
I've done all I could. We fear the illness...
Yes, of course.
A little trust, brother. May I ask you...
But please...
Brother...
What is it?
I found a recipe.
Oils are usually made of...
Oh, I already have it.
Kitty! Kitty!
Right. Not creepy at all. Okay, cool. So basically, the only thing we need to do now is speak to the Solarius. Give me the 3, yeah?
I hear you and Dinesh are having a bit of a dispute over food supplies for the infirmary.
A dispute? Is that what he told you?
Well, not in those words exactly.
I really would like to help, but you must understand that I can't. No one knows how long the monastery will stay closed. The whole convent has to live off the supplies, and if we are to endure, we all have to tighten our belts.
What about the abbot? Will he tighten his belt too, or is he exempt?
Don't insult his grace in my presence. Father Jan fasts regularly and sets an example for us all.
Since you brought up the supplies, how much is actually left? Are we talking days, weeks, months?
Months. Not even in my most hopeful dreams. With small portions, fasting, and assuming we don't get a hailstorm that destroys what's yet to be harvested, we'll last 2 weeks. 3 if we're lucky.
Then Albic had better get a move on. Look, I know it's difficult for you, but we can't just let the poor infirm suffer in hunger. If you help me, I'll be glad to repay the favor. Is there anything I could do for you?
Well, to tell you the truth, magpies have built a nest in the tree in the monastery garden. They perch on rooftops, screech like mad, and I can't get any sleep. And they're so brazen. One of them stole my spectacles yesterday. I can't read without them.
I'll see what I can do.
All right. But make it quick.
How else can you save on food?
Other than shrinking portions and thinning out the gruel and broth with water, I can't think of much. When the Black Death ravaged the land, Solarius Vendelin ran the kitchen. They say that even though he had limited supplies, he...
What, perform miracles?
Don't blaspheme! But it's true that he kept most of the brethren alive, even with famine looming.
Where could I learn more about this Vendelin?
There might be a small manuscript in the library. He wrote it himself once, long ago.
Okay. We can certainly have a look for that bow. Eh? Oh, I went to the in the wrong direction.
Stand up, would you?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Till we meet again.
Yep. Find the book. That's that one. Yep. That. It's not that one. Okay, so there's basically books here in these things that you can take extra. Oh, that sucks. The Rose Garden.
Crayfish, the Poor Man's Salmon, by Salarius Vendelin. Ah, this must be what Julian was talking about. It might come in handy. Seems Vendelin at least had a sense of humor.
This one. Crayfish and oil, crayfish dumplings, crayfish stew, crayfish soup.
I should look by the pond or the hatcheries.
Okay, they get me to do all this fucking shit while I'm actually not allowed to run around here in the first place. Alright, so the spectacles are there. That's where the fucking pond is. Now that is a bit tricky here, I gotta lie.
Oh, another cistern. And I still don't know where that water is coming from. Here in the middle of the monastery.
Bloody rain.
My God. We just walked past each other. That was fucking lucky. Oh my god, there is another guy. How are you supposed to get this guy standing there? I think I can see the nest there. The problem is I don't actually have any bows. Nope. That is difficult to say the least. Oh my goodness. Right, it's right there. Okay, he went outside, that's good. Now the problem is, I need a ball to kick this down. Because he doesn't attack when I'm jumping. Okay. Where the fuck would I get a ball from? My goodness, this is bad. Can I throw something like an apple? Ah. Yep, I think I need a ball first. So I hope I can get a ball from where the, the Teutonic Aura is. I also still need a rope. And like this, for example. Beautiful. Any crabs? I find crabs. Usually with these net thingies. Fish. But this is not a private area. Right.
How long have you been in the Order?
For as long as I can remember. My father wasn't the most warm-hearted man, but he was well aware of his sins. So as penance, he dedicated me to the Virgin Mary. I grew up in Komatau, but shortly after my confirmation, I was sent to the Order in Marienburg. That's a castle in Poland. The most beautiful I've ever seen.
That must have been hard, leaving home so young.
It was a relief. I only found my true family among the brothers of the Order.
What can you tell me about Ludolf?
I would trust him with my life.
Is he strict with you?
He's above all fair. But yes, he needs to keep us in line. We have an important mission.
What is your mission?
To fulfill Christ's teachings, of course. Soon we'll march to Poland to fight the infidels.
The infidels.
Take care. Have a good evening.
You too. I need a bow.
Hey! You're not allowed here!
Yeah, sorry. Ah, fuck me.
You'd best move along.
Okay then. I don't even think they have bows. Is there another way to get at these, at the nest? So fish. These are crayfish, right? He was talking about crayfish. I don't know, I must be missing something here.
You know how I mentioned those spots? By all the saints, you won't knock it off, will you? Go on. Welcome. What can I do for you?
I'd like to ask you something.
Look, I don't want to meddle in anything. Go and ask Loiser over there. He knows everything. I wish you a blessed evening.
Okay. I can hit the water. Okay. Catch crayfish. And how do I catch these? I mean... Yep, I didn't think that's how it would work. I have no idea how we should. How am I supposed to catch these? Something you do here. I'm a bit. Hmm. Okay, I need to look this up because I really don't know how. Okay, so it's not the other fish, it's these fish, and we need to. They make a certain noise. Okay, so that's half. There's a slight clicking sound that you can hear. Not gonna lie.
You're going in the soup.
Okay. Not gonna lie though, with the rain and the music in the background and then me talking in between, it's really not easy to hear. But there's a small one there as well. We only need one more.
That's sorted. But maybe I'll find a few more here.
Okay, so we still need the spectacles. What I completely forgot is you can actually throw a rock at any given time, and that's how you get the bloody nest down. It's right there. Huh? It just worked. Oh, I must be crouching. The problem is I can't quite rightly see. Let's try. There you go. Hungarian florin. Yes. Oh my goodness. Now the good thing is at night it's easier to kind of like avoid these guys because you can see them from afar. Okay.
I've got your spectacles.
Surely. Are they all right?
Don't worry, they're fine.
Praise the Lord. Without them, I'd be like a mole.
You're welcome.
Yes, yes. And what are you standing around for? You're going to want something in return for that little favor, aren't you?
You said you consider giving the infirmary a larger food share.
Did I say that?
Aye. In return for bringing back your spectacles from the magpie nest I had to knock down.
So, are my spectacles the only thing you found in the nest?
There was more in there. Why?
I realized I'm missing some other things too. Those thieving pests are smarter than I thought. Go on then, hand over the rest.
All right then. So... Here. Now what about the food?
All right, here's your share.
The crayfish, I thought I could be able, sorry, let's start this again. I thought I would be able to give the crayfish to him, but it looks like I would give them to Dinesh.
Whoa, hey, get out of here! What's it gonna be?
What do you think you're doing?
It seems I've got a bit lost. Just take me away.
Come on then, and be more careful next time.
Cool. Easy peasy.
How long do you think we'll be standing here?
As long as God wills, and as long as His grace the abbot requires.
Alright, let's return this first of all, because it's a side quest.
I found this book in the scriptorium. Something tells me you might find it useful.
What book? Let me see.
It was written by the former Salarius, Vendelin. He saved the monastery from famine by cooking the local crayfish.
When you don't have salmon, throw in a crayfish. Makes sense to me.
That's just what Vendelin wrote. A well-prepared crayfish tastes better than most fish.
I suppose it's better than starving to death. Anyway, thanks.
I got more food for the infirmary.
Should I ask how you managed it?
Julian had a score to settle with some magpies nesting in the monastery garden. Once I got rid of them, he was happy to share some of the food supplies with me.
See, it never occurred to me I could run errands for a bit of extra food like some servant.
Oh, is that so? What do you do for Zacharias then?
You got me there. Go on then, let's see what you've brought. My word, where'd you get all that? Is there anything left for the rest of the monastery?
Does it matter?
True enough. This place needs it most anyway.
Cool. Alright, so now we have silent witnesses Oh no, I still have to brew the plum aromatic oil.
Oh, Maddie, it's you. I wanted to help you, but it looks like I only made it worse.
Oh my god, that's not good. Okay then. There's way too many. Alright, so you need, hold on, 3 handfuls of chamomile, a handful of sage, and a handful of valerian. Let me just take a picture of this. What do we have? Right. What? Curious. Alright, we have chamomile, sage, valerian. Valerian, okay. Well, looks like I need to go to the garden. Sage, valerian. What's the third one? Chamomile. That's a valid question. Right, mint, chamomile, valerian. There we go. Well, that should be everything. I've never been really good at brewing the potions, so I don't think it will turn out the best. I also don't have this on 30 actually. I think it's on like 25. What is it? Alchemy, 25 plus 2. I could probably read to get higher, but obviously they don't let us here. Can I just jump to the last page? Yeah. This is crazy. They should have let you kind of like jump ahead. Right, because it's the last thing in the line. We know too many things. Alright, Essential oil. Scent for cleansing the air. Unlike common perfumes, it does not increase charisma, but vitality. However, if you use it together with another perfume, it lowers charisma. Alright. Oil. Add the chamomile and boil for 3 turns. 3 handfuls of chamomile. Oil. Add 3 chamomile, 3 turns. Grind the sage and add it to the cauldron. Boil for 1 turn. Grind the valerian and add it to the cauldron. Pour. Oops. Oh no. Okay. Here. Okay. Oil. Chamomile. Where's the fucking timer? It's there. Oh, I'm an idiot. I have to put this... I have to move it down. I did the same mistake last time. And I was wondering why it doesn't fucking boil. Okay. Okay, move up. Grind 1 sage. Grind valerian. Add and pour. Okay, that should be okay quality. Fragrant oil, amount 3. Beautiful.
I've got everything I need to make the plague mask. Now, just to actually make it.
Alright, so I'm a rope. I'm a leather. Aromatic oil. Mint or sage. You're making a plague mask.
I hope this works.
You made yourself a plague mask. Cool. Alright, I'm gonna go and talk to these workers first.
Hey, get out of here!
Sorry, I didn't see you there because you didn't have a fucking...
That's it. And next time, don't go creeping around where you don't belong.
Of course. Can you please go away? That was a mistake. Standing right there. It's creepy because you can't see him at all. Oh my god, that's really difficult to see. Now the problem I might have is that these guys are sleeping.
I'm trying to sleep here. Just find your own beds.
Okay, that's just as a thought. Alright, we'll have to wait for the day. Oh, they won't let me sleep. It's crazy. Hold on. And we have our own room, right? Yeah. Because time is of the essence. They won't let me sleep. That's annoying. I can just wait. You can't delay. Well. That's annoying. So I actually can't talk to them because I would have to wait until it's morning. And I don't even know what time it is. That's annoying. They should have made it that like you can talk to him even if he sleeps, right? Because I can't actually. No, oh my god, there's one there. I can't advance the time at all.
Let me sleep.
That sucks. So I should have done that first, when it was still day. That doesn't matter. We don't need to talk to them. Right, we're gonna put on this black hood. Nice. It doesn't quite look like a plague mask, right? With one with the snout.
gives me the creeps. You should just board it up and leave it.
Didn't you hear the foreman? We've got to hold out. We'll get sorted out somehow.
Yeah, still, I don't like it one bit.
Better guiding up here than down there, though.
That's true.
We ought to do another sweep, just in case.
Who'd even try sneaking in? Now, of all times.
You never know.
Well, if you say so. Come on.
Okay, now everyone be quiet.
That's one hell of a bloody pit.
Abbas Vitus, 1401. Abbas Theodoricus, 1384.
Let's hope the mast does the trick.
Abbas Uldericus, 1333.
A map of the underground.
Okay.
They were robbing the graves. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, rotting corpses. A drawing of some kind of cross. Hey? What's this?
I mean, I can just get out the door. Not gonna lie, it's easy. But there must be another. Okay, are they looking for that? There must be another way out of here. And I think, yeah, on the map, you could see that there was another way here. You're making a hole in the wall.
This crypt carries on.
Yes, it does, my friend. Abus. Nah, I can't read this anymore. Get the fuck out of here.
I'd use them, no doubt. But they're going to rust. And when they rust, blood, spit it out already. You're not supposed to be here.
God be with you.
Good day.
I was in the crypt beneath the church.
What? And how the hell did you get inside?
Never mind that for now. I was just looking through the tombs when I heard a bang. Someone locked me in there.
What? Say again?
Luckily, I managed to crawl out a different way, but I heard voices. I think it was your foreman.
Andre? Why would he do that?
They must have been looking for something down there. I found this drawing of a coat of arms. Do you recognise it?
Let me see. No. Doesn't say anything to me. This is all really messed up. I'm not getting involved.
Of course. Alright, I think we're good. Can swap back. The fuck happened here?
Christ, Albic! What happened? Are you alright?
I am, yes. But it looks like we've been robbed.
Why? And who did it, for Christ's sake?
Gentlemen, please. Keep it down. You're disturbing the patients. For God's sake. What happened here? What a mess.
What do you think? Someone was clearly looking for something.
But there's nothing of value here.
Well, actually...
Albic! You brought them here? What were you thinking?
And was I supposed to leave them unsupervised?
And? Were they stolen?
Thank the Lord, no. I still had them on me.
Can someone tell me what exactly was nearly stolen?
As you know, Henry, I spent a good part of my life at King Wenceslas's court, tending to his health. Thanks to that, I learned much about his private life. What ailed him, how and when he got injured, and what treatments I used. I recorded all my findings and methods, partly in case anyone cast doubts on them, and partly for others to copy, if necessary. If these detailed records were to fall into the wrong hands, I dare not imagine the consequences.
Plenty of folk would pay handsomely for them.
Or tried to steal them for that very reason. Who could have got in and made such a mess?
I was busy tending the sick. I noticed nothing.
Nor did I, I'm afraid. There's work here for 3 more physicians.
That actually made it quite easy for the culprit.
But we still don't know who to suspect.
Surely you realize the abbot himself might be interested in those records.
Father Jan? Nonsense. We've known each other for years.
Not quite well enough. When he heard you were coming, he was pressing me to persuade you to let him read them.
But that's out of the question. Absolutely not.
That's exactly what I told him. The look on his face. If looks could kill, I'd be dead.
How did he even hear about them?
Their existence is no secret. Even King Sigismund mentioned them to me once or twice. And if he ever said anything in front of the abbot,
And the thief waited until the monastery was closed.
So, Albec isn't leaving, even if he wanted to.
Let's not jump to conclusions. And don't start pointing fingers. Henry, go and ask Brother Benedict and Dinesh in the infirmary if they noticed anything. Maybe we'll get lucky.
All right, then. I'll return to my patients and pretend nothing's amiss. No need to alarm them over this.
Right. Agreed. Whoever it was, they went through everything thoroughly.
I mean, it must be someone that can read. That's the first thing. Can you get out of the way?
Did you notice anything suspicious this past hour?
One of the sick men has been throwing up constantly, and I suspect another one's faking it to skip work.
No. I need to know if anyone's been nosing around our room.
I spent most of my time with the vomiting one, or out in the yard scrubbing his bedding. I didn't see anyone.
I understand. Even so, thanks for your help.
Oh, it's nothing.
God be with you.
Did you see anyone go in or out of our room?
I'm not sure. I think I saw a monk go in. I couldn't say who.
A monk? You mean Benedict?
No, it wasn't him. But hard to say. Damn it, why do they all look the same in here?
That's true.
It's not exactly helpful, I know. Any idea when that was?
Roughly an hour ago, maybe 2. Has something happened?
Damn it. Never mind. Better if you ask Zacharias.
Well, we know it was a monk, which is not helpful.
I spoke with Benedict and Dinesh. Neither noticed a thing.
I thought as much. We've all had our hands full here, so we still know nothing.
I might have something, but I'm not sure yet how it ties to those records.
What do you mean?
I went down to the crypt, and I found open tombs and rotting corpses.
Good God!
No sign of a mass grave, though. Just individual tombs.
That's both good and bad news. At least we can now rule out the plague. But if the workers caught something from the air around those tombs, then anyone else could catch it too. Why did they even open them?
They were probably looking for something inside. I found this sketch.
That looks like the emblem of the Kingdom of Jerusalem. But why would they look for it among deceased abbots? Even putting aside that it's sacrilege, I don't see the connection.
Nor do I. But there must be one, because they locked me in the crypt over it.
What?
I managed to get out and ran straight back to you. But I was interrupted by this ransacked room.
Maybe we'd better keep all this to ourselves. For now, at least. You might ask Crispin about the coat of arms too. With luck, he'll find something in the archives that sheds some light on how it all connects to those open tombs. But best do it tomorrow. This evening's been more than enough. One adventure a day is plenty.
Agreed. Let's clear up the room, then sleep.
We'll be wiser come morning.
2 a.m. Venom.
Yapping beast. Kick its ass. You stop that, for Christ.
Uh-oh, something's burning.
Oh, God.
Someone's inside.
Fuck's sake.
What a hero! That is brave. That is very brave, to say the least. Early morning in Albic's chamber.
Good morning, everyone. I trust you've had a decent sleep. The sick are waiting, and being tired doesn't excuse us from our duties.
All right, give me a moment. Then we'll go and check on the patients. And where's Benedict, anyway?
If I may, gentlemen. Haven't you heard? There was a fire here last night.
A fire? Here at the monastery?
The small shed by the mill house burned down, but it was probably just an unfortunate accident. Thank the Lord it's all over now.
And no one was hurt?
Well, that's the thing. No one burned, but there were 2 men in the shed. Or rather, 2 bodies.
Bodies? Whose were they, for God's sake?
That... I don't know, sir.
And how do you know they didn't die in the flames? Just because they weren't burnt to cinders doesn't prove anything.
I didn't see them, but they said there were no burns, and it didn't look like they'd suffocated either.
So, how did they end up there? What killed them? Didn't anyone tell you about them?
They were sent to be washed, but the washers noticed, signs.
Who found them? And how did he get them out?
Elijah, one of the lay brothers. He ran into the flames thinking he could save them, but they were already dead.
And what was he doing outside in the middle of the night? You don't suppose he had something to do with it?
He's never been any trouble. There's no reason to suspect him.
How do you know about these signs? Did someone examine them?
No, they were only to be washed, but when the signs of illness were spotted, the abbot ordered them locked away in the hops store. Ludolf promised he'd send one of his men to guard the door. No one is to go near them.
That was highly irresponsible. Someone needs to examine them thoroughly. We can't afford uncertainty.
You want to bring them to the infirmary with the others? No. No, let them stay locked away somewhere separate.
Are you afraid the other sick might get even worse? At least we could have them all in one place.
Was anyone else there besides Elijah?
No, or at least no one I know of. I'll leave you to it now. If you need me, I'll be with the sick.
I'm going to. Disease? Fire? What next? A swarm of locusts?
First they ransacked my room, now this. I don't like it one bit.
Do you think the fire's got anything to do with what they were after in your chambers?
Who knows? I feel like someone wants us gone, and they're trying to frighten us into leaving.
All the more reason to get to the bottom of this.
But I can hardly go poking around myself to find out what really happened.
Don't worry. That's what I'm here for.
Maybe Zacharias was right after all. You never know when an aid like that might come in handy. So, what's your plan?
Quite a few things, actually. I'll take a look around the burned down shed. There might still be some clues.
Good idea. It might have just been an accident, but it won't hurt to make sure.
I should probably speak with the lay brother who pulled the bodies out of the flames.
Elijah, right? But be gentle. No one should have to go through what he did last night.
What about the corpses? You said you wanted to examine them.
And that's what I'll do. We can't afford doubts when there's a deadly illness spreading.
But Benedict said the abbot forbade it, and that one of the knights is watching over them.
If he's got any sense at all, he'll understand this is serious. A proper diagnosis is key to the next step.
Someone searched our room just a while ago. And who knows what they'd do if they caught you wandering around alone. I won't have that on my conscience. Better you stay here, and I'll sort it somehow.
So what you're saying is, use an unorthodox approach.
Well, I'm no physician like you, but I've learned a lot about the illness. I could say I'm your apprentice.
That won't be enough.
Then I'll explain to him the same way you did to me. We need to examine them and find out what was wrong with them, or we'll never get anywhere with treatment.
That's probably best. But you must examine them thoroughly. And don't be repulsed.
So, what exactly should I be looking for?
Anything unusual. You know well the symptoms the sick here have, but a keen eye may spot other signs too. If you're not sure, just try to remember what you saw. If you describe it to me later, I should be able to identify it.
I can't think of anything else.
Nor can I. Well then, best of luck.
To dust you shan't return. Okay. Alright, they also mentioned to talk to the bloody that thing. Seek and you shall find, consult the monastery librarian. What was that for? Yeah. Oh, that's for the sign of the King of Jerusalem on the shield. Now, am I still needing to do... Yes. We still need to... What's the best way here? Okay, we just need to wait for him to leave. Didn't we have a full night's sleep? Because I'm still wounded. That should have actually healed me.
I'm investigating the source of that illness that's been spreading around here, and I could use your learned knowledge.
I'm listening.
I came across the symbol of the Kingdom of Jerusalem during my investigation, and I was wondering if you might have any records or anything that might be connected to it.
If memory serves, something should definitely be here. I even dabbled in it myself long ago. We have the legacy of a knight named Boleslav Bavor, who journeyed through the Holy Land and visited Jerusalem. There was some connection to the monastery crypt, if I recall.
Really? Because I actually came across it in the crypt.
What? What are you talking about?
Well, I ran into some laborers down there. From what I gathered, they were trying to rob some of the graves, and they were looking for something tied to the Jerusalem cross.
By Christ, they were after the relic.
What are you talking about? What relic?
There's a possibility that Bavor was buried here along with a certain relic. That's what got me interested back then.
What sort of relic are we talking about?
I don't know exactly, but certainly something very rare. I believe it's linked to Jesus Christ himself, but I can't tell you for sure right now. It's been many years, and even back then I never found anything substantial apart from Bavor's records of his travels. In the end, I concluded that the whole tale of the relic was likely just Bavor's own fabrication.
But why would the workers suddenly be looking for it now? How could they have found out?
It's certainly a strange coincidence. Then again, there are all sorts of lies and half-truths circulating out there about our monastery, unfortunately. Especially tales of long-sealed treasures and hidden cellars full of silver. If even a sliver of it were true...
It still feels like too much of a coincidence to me.
You'll be surprised what people will believe when tempted by the prospect of riches. And we don't have any better explanation right now. Either way, we must report it to the abbot without delay. Robbing the dead is disgraceful.
You're right. The abbot ought to be told, but it's probably not wise to burden him with it now. Right now, we need to deal with the illness. Once things have settled down, we can make sure those thieves get what they deserve. Besides, we've got almost no proof yet. If I manage to investigate the matter of Bavor more thoroughly, I might stumble on something.
Still, it's a serious thing. We mustn't wait too long.
Of course. Once I've gathered the evidence, I'll explain everything to the abbot straight away. And now I'd like to take a proper look at Bavor's travel records.
Of course. Give me a few moments. I'll find them for you. And I believe Bavor's name also appeared in some old accounts. I'll try to track those down too. His journey through the Holy Land. And I've also found these old accounts. Feel free to study them too. I'm curious myself what conclusion you'll come to, if any.
Okay. On the nightly journey of Boleslav Baver to the Holy Lands,
He acquired a holy relic. Let's see how it continues.
a tale of how I can buy a holy relic earned through my glorious deeds done for the good of all Christians, and of the injustice done to me on the fleeting riches of this world, and of the eternal grace of our Lord Christ. From Bohemia to the lands of the Italians, in the year of our Lord 1300, I set forth from Bohemia on a perilous journey that I might perform great deeds and so raise my name in the eyes of the king. First I passed through the border forest, then along the imperial road through the Alpine mountains, which are most fair, until I reached the city of the Italians that stands upon the water and is called Venice. There I found a fine ship, and so set out upon the sea, along the Greek coast where danger lies. Sailing the sea is a curious experience, especially when nothing is to be seen on the horizon, but water alone. We sailed for a long time along the Greek coast and among its many islands, and more than once had to defend our ship against pirates. Once I was cast overboard and thought dead, yet all were astonished when I returned, for I am a strong swimmer. At last we reached the port of Jaffa, which lies not far from Jerusalem. In the city of Jerusalem. There I found Christians, though few in number. I must note here that the city was not destroyed or taken by the Tatars, as is often said, but still ruled by the Mamluk Sultan. He is tolerant toward Christians, though they must pay twice the usual taxes. He has even allowed them certain churches, which are tended by the Franciscans. Yet the Christians are poor, and so the churches are in poor condition. I visited often and saw all the holy sites, though I could not carry a sword, being a Christian, only a dagger. The Franciscans, seeing that I was noble and trustworthy Christian knight, confided in me that they secretly kept a great treasure. Many sacred objects and relics had been hidden from the Mamluks and the followers of Muhammad. Fearing the treasure might soon be seized, they wished to move it for safety to the island of Cyprus, where the Christian king of Jerusalem now reigns. We therefore purchased many barrels, into some of which we placed the treasure and filled all with olives. A number of local Christians disguised themselves as merchants, and we departed from the city of Jerusalem for the port of Akko, which the Christians had recently lost, the last of their fortress, for it is said that little inspection is done there, and the customs men are willing to take bribes. The journey to Cyprus. A day out from the city of Akko, we were set upon by brigands led by the fearsome Maruf Hamid. They first sent horsemen against us, but we threw several barrels beneath their mount, and their riders fell. Quickly we fortified ourselves in a caravanserai. I think this is like when the caravan is kind of like circling up. And when they found that shooting arrows gained them nothing, they attacked on foot. I ordered a cart full of stones to be sent against their ranks, and at once we charged in with weapons thrown. They had expected no such thing, and God granted us a glorious victory. We slew many of them, and the rest fled. I overtook their terrible leader and struck off his head. A great bounty had been set on him, which I collected in the city of Akko. All were glad I had rid them of such a villain, and none dared even inspect our goods. Thus I paid for the swiftest ship, and we set sail for Cyprus. The King of Cyprus. We reached Cyprus safely and told everything to King Henry, entrusting him with the holy treasures for safekeeping. The king was greatly impressed by our deeds and named me the Knight of the Olive Tree. He ordered my shield to be adorned with the Jerusalem cross and wished to take me into his service, but I was bound to return home, and so I had to decline. When I would not be swayed, he gifted me a fragment of the true cross, one of the holy relics we had brought, along with other riches that I might return safely to Bohemia. Through Hungary to Bohemia. On the return journey, I visited the city of Constantinople, the greatest in the world, and then traveled through the lands of Greece and many others until I reached Hungary. There at the castle of Buda, I lingered, for the local lord took great interest in my travels. I recounted all to him, and he had it written down. Then I continued on my way back to Bohemia. So it sounds like they might come from Hungary, because it's written down somewhere there. Back in Bohemia. When I returned to Bohemia, I stood before King Wenceslas and gifted him part of my wealth. I told him of my journey and received much praise, but in my dispute over Blatna, the king would not decide. I traveled to Prague several more times to plead my cause, but always without success. The king's advisor, the abbot of Sedlitz, Heidendrich, who became my friend, told me that the king would gladly return me the castle, but my kinsmen held too much influence. The king needed them and would not anger them. Seeing that I would not regain my castle nor provide for my house, I felt gravely ill and knew the Lord would soon call me. I gave all my treasure to the monastery of Sedlitz, where I had been promised rest in the crypt. Only my holy treasure I concealed, hid from all, and took it with me to the grave, that it might accompany me into eternity.
According to the journal, Bavor had himself buried here with his holy treasure. That sounds pretty clear. Let's see what the accounts say.
Marlin, 79 Groschen. Boleslav Bava, 168 Groschen. Chapel fresco. Additional expenditures. Chapel fresco from the endowment of Lord Bava. Materials 48 kgr, whatever that is. Painter's wage, assistant's wage, stone master's work. $30 kgr returned to Lord Bava as for decided to acquire his own sarcophagus. Unexpected additional expenses. Founding of a new village. Gate repairs. Founding of a new village is 320? It seems quite low. The gate is 16. Unexpected additional expenses. Via his own sarcophagus.
So Bavor gave the monastery a generous donation and paid for a chapel mural painting. And still, despite all the records and mentions, Crispin had his doubts. Why?
Well, are you still so enamored with Lord Bavor?
I read the journal. A lovely tale. It really brought the Holy Land to life.
And?
And it says the relic Bavor acquired was a splinter from the true cross of Christ.
Holy Virgin! Such a sacred treasure!
And according to the book, Sir Boleslav was to be buried with the relic in the monastery crypt.
So it says in the book. I also found my old notes and remembered how it all went back then. I too searched for Bavor's grave. I even dared venture into the crypt, but despite all my efforts, I never found it.
How is that even possible? A grave can't just disappear.
Quite frankly, I don't know. And I didn't know then either. Once I was convinced none of the graves belonged to Bavor, I laid the matter before the abbot, but not our father Jan. This was over 20 years ago when Abbot Vitus held office. May the Lord grant him eternal peace. Together we came to the conclusion that Bavor's tale was likely at least partly, perhaps entirely, made up.
Why would it be made up? Surely Sir Boleslav wouldn't lie about something so serious.
The book's one thing, but there's not a single other mention anywhere. The grave's missing, the relic's nowhere to be found. Can you think of another explanation, then?
The account books mention that Bavor had a sarcophagus made at his own expense.
That's possible. Does it mean anything?
If he paid for it himself, there had to be a reason. Masonry work like that is no small matter. And it's odd, isn't it? He sorted it all out in detail with the monastery to have his tomb here. Then he wasn't even buried here.
You're right. I never made that connection before.
And then there's the relic. If Bavor had just wanted to raise his reputation with a good story, why claim to have gained something so rare?
Perhaps out of vanity? There's no shortage of that among the nobility.
But his tale's already heroic enough without it. Making up a relic would only draw unwanted attention.
That's a good point. It'd be too risky.
The crypt has a hidden side chamber, you know.
Excuse me? What chamber?
It had been walled up. In one part of the crypt, the masonry was loose, so I managed to get inside.
I've never heard of anything like that. Perhaps even Abbot Vitus didn't know of it.
I'd say the abbot would definitely have known about something like that. He just didn't tell you. Maybe on purpose.
Where are you going with this?
I'm not sure. Just thinking out loud, really. But why would Bavor do that? What would he gain by deceiving everyone here?
If memory serves, he had some disputes over property. Maybe he wanted to improve his reputation.
Well, that's mentioned in the text. But lies wouldn't have helped him. Quite the opposite, if he'd been found out.
You'd be surprised how short-sighted some folk can be. But I agree, something about it doesn't sit right.
And what about the mural mentioned in the accounts? Does it really exist?
Yes, it's in one of the chapel naves. It depicts several scenes from Bavor's alleged adventures.
Well, then that proves Bavor's story wasn't just made up. Surely the abbot back then wouldn't have approved such a mural in the main church if he hadn't believed it was true.
If the former abbot believed Bavor wasn't a liar, but a real hero of the Holy Land, I'll believe him too.
All the more reason I want to see it for myself.
No harm in trying. At the very least, it's a fine piece of work.
Bavor mentions in his journal that he received a great fortune from the King of Cyprus, and the account records say he gave a generous donation to the monastery. Do you think that was made up too?
They confirm at best that Bavor had wealth, not where it came from. According to the late Abbot Vitus, he might have gained that fortune by plundering or as spoils of war, and the tale of the Holy Land was just a cover to mask the dishonorable origin of his riches.
Well, I've never been to the Holy Land, but I've seen plenty of wrongdoings, even here in Bohemia. And if Bavor really wanted to cover up how he got his coin, he could have built a village, built a fortress, or who knows, bought up a mine. He could have done any number of smarter things than spinning a tale about a heroic journey halfway across the world, don't you think?
I'm no expert in fraud, but yes, he chose a rather complicated cover-up, if that's what it was.
Don't you think this whole thing is a bit too complicated? Every explanation for why Bavor would lie seems more convoluted than just acknowledging it's true.
Listening to you now, it's like hearing my younger self. And I sound exactly like Abbot Vitus. His view was that Bavor's story was fiction. He told me I'd be better off letting it go.
What exactly did he say?
That I should stop chasing old crusaders and focus on real, meaningful work.
Vitus isn't here anymore. So we can pick up where you left off. And maybe we'll finally unravel Bavor's mystery together.
If that relic really does exist, and it surfaced now, it'd surely be a sign from the Lord, a sign of hope in these desperate times.
Don't get ahead of yourself. We've not even found Bavor's tomb. Without it, we're stuck.
But you spoke of that hidden chamber in the crypt. If there's any clue, it'll be in there. Take this and study it closely. It's a drawing of Bavor's family coat of arms I came across years ago. According to this, you'll know if it's truly the grave of Sir Boleslav. Yes, the mural in the chapel, paid for by Bavor himself, also bears his coat of arms.
Those workers, if they really were after Bavor, they only had a drawing of the Jerusalem cross. But if he was buried under his family crest, no wonder they opened the wrong graves.
Yes, that could be it. Study that sketch well, so you won't make the same mistake.
Thank you. I'll head off at once.
Just be careful, please. You know the abbot's orders, the disease, all this misfortune.
Don't worry. I'll be careful.
And in the crypt, show respect to the eternal rest of those buried there, especially now, with death haunting the monastery.
Alright, let's have a look at this sketch. Kinda alright, so it looks like an arrow with a C underneath. Oh. Okay, so they want us to go back there. Still, while everything is shut down. Man, this is fucking annoying. I do the green stuff first, I think.
What are you trying to pull, you scoundrel?
Sorry. Upstairs. Okay.
Through the love of the Almighty Father, I renounce all evil.
Looks like someone's not hungry.
Father, giver of all good things, grant me strength. I humbly bow before you and your...
Everything all right?
Go. Just go, please.
I don't mean to disturb you. I just wondered if something had happened. Do you need help?
All right. Just give me a moment.
What's the matter?
The brothers have kept their distance ever since the monastery was closed. But I haven't seen you here before.
My name's Henry. I came with Master Albie. And it seems like just in time.
You're right. Forgive me. I haven't introduced myself yet. My name's Vincent.
Nice to meet you. Say, Vincent, I heard you all the way from the hall. Did something happen?
I can't.
I'm assistant to the royal physician, Albik of Unichov. I'm helping him find out where this illness came from. So if this has anything to do with it, Master Albik ought to know.
I don't know anything about the illness, honest, but the others might get the wrong idea.
Don't worry. I'll keep quiet as a grave. I'll just keep quiet.
Well, all right then. Have you ever had frightening dreams, Henry?
You mean nightmares?
Something like that. When you're haunted in your sleep by visions full of horror and despair.
Aye. Sometimes grim memories come flooding back in my sleep. Then I always feel relieved when I wake up in the morning.
So you understand me. But this is something a bit different. Imagine waking up from sleep. You're lucid. Your eyes can open.
I think I can manage that.
But the dream doesn't fade. Your mind is awake, but your body can't move. You want to scream, call for help, but you can't make a sound. What would you do in that moment?
And this happened to you? You woke up and couldn't move?
Not just that. Far worse. I began to pray silently, begging the Lord to free me from that prison. But the more I focused, the more it felt like I was burning in the flames of hell. Usually, those invisible chains release me in time, but other times...
You mean to tell me it's happened to you more than once?
Mm-hmm. Sometimes I saw a white light slowly filling my cell, but other times I was surrounded by a heavy red mist. Satan sent his servants to shake the foundations of my faith.
Servants of Satan? You saw them?
Last night, one of them revealed itself to me. It was a succubus. Begone, Satan, never tempt me with your vanities. What you offer me is evil. Drink the poison yourself.
And what happened then?
My faith was strong. I turned to the Archangel Michael to help me in the fight against the forces of darkness. But now I'm afraid to fall asleep. He's waiting for me, and he'll strike again.
What did the demon look like?
It was a succubus. It takes the form of a woman to awaken desire in men and lead them astray.
What do you mean, lead them astray?
Well, she tempts you to sin.
I've met women like that too.
That's not amusing.
Sorry. Bad joke. Has this ever happened to you before?
Now that I think about it, yes. A long time ago when I was a lad, before I entered the monastic life, something sat on my chest at night. I couldn't move or cry out. It was shortly after my father died. He passed suddenly. I took it hard back then.
I know what it's like to lose a parent. I'm sorry.
It was a long time ago.
Have you told anyone else about this?
Only you. And I'd like it to stay that way. I'm afraid. Brother Crispin once told me that the Inquisition deals with such matters. Perhaps I'll find absolution in God's mercy.
I believe you will. And I won't tell a soul. Don't worry. I think you can rest easy. Maybe it's the devil himself tempting you. But resisting his lures, avoiding evil and doing good, that's our calling. You're more honest in faith than most folk I've met, including priests.
If this is a test of faith, I'll do everything I can to pass it.
I understand your fear. Everyone's on edge here, but you have even more reason to be. I could pray with you, if you'd like.
Yes. Let us pray.
Saint Michael the Archangel, defend us in battle. Be our protection against the wickedness and snares of the devil. May God rebuke him, we humbly pray.
O Prince of the heavenly hosts, by the power of God, thrust into hell Satan and all the evil spirits who prowl about the world, seeking the ruin of souls.
Amen. Try this decoction. It might help.
That sounds probably. But I had one that's for sleeping, but obviously not.
It might not drive away the devil himself, but at least you'll get some rest.
I hope you're right. Thank you.
How are you feeling now?
As if all fear has left me, at least for a while. Thank you, Henry. Selflessly aiding one's neighbor is a great virtue.
I'm glad we had this talk too.
Where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there am I in the midst of them.
I think I've heard that one before. Take care, Vincent.
God be with you.
Okay. I'm completely not where I wanted to be. That's alright. That says upstairs. Oh, here's an upstairs.
What do you want?
There's a lot of you here. Which one of you is Elijah?
Spirit of Christ, Mother Mary, full of grace, body of Christ, heal me. Your Son, blood of Christ, Lord, hear our prayer.
Any idea where Elijah is?
Not a clue. Haven't seen him since last night.
Good day to you.
Have you seen Elijah today?
Nah. I heard him rummaging about a bit in the night. It woke me up. But he was gone in the morning and hasn't been back. I hope nothing's happened to him.
God be with you.
Any idea where I might find Elijah?
Why are you asking?
I need to speak with him. Something happened during the night and he was there. He might have seen something important.
Oh, that makes sense. I saw him this morning by the cellar door. He was all dishevelled, muttering to himself. Poor wretch must have had a hell of a night.
Okay, so we have to go down to the cellar. There's a cellar door right near us, right? Now we just have to find him.
Don't talk to me.
He's blind drunk. He can barely speak.
Oh, if I...
Are you with me? I've got something to perk you up a bit.
What is it? Schnapps?
We're out of schnapps. So stop whining and drink.
Oh, bloody awful stuff.
You're waiting for Elijah to pull himself together a bit.
So, feeling any better?
Better? I wish. Oh, it's all coming back to me.
That's good. I need to know what happened during the night.
I don't want to talk about it. Don't make me.
I get it. You don't want to remember. I've seen some nasty things too. But sometimes it helps to talk to someone. It's definitely better than drowning your wits in schnapps.
Well, all right. What do you want to know?
How did you even notice the fire? What were you doing outside?
I couldn't sleep, so I went for a walk. It was just chance.
Just chance? You sure? I don't think the abbot would be happy about folk wandering around at night.
So what if I took a little walk?
You sure you weren't sneaking off somewhere for a drink? You seem smart enough not to keep your booze where someone might find it. I bet you've got a nice little stash, eh?
All right. Maybe I did head off to the back pond for a nightcap. I heard a dog barking like mad, so I went to see what was going on. I should have just kept out of it.
Did you see anyone else at the fire?
No. Just the dog was there.
When you dragged out those two bodies, what did you do then?
While I was pulling out the second one, other people had noticed the fire. One of the knights grabbed me and started yelling that I was the arsonist. Luckily, he saw the bodies and how I was covered in, well, the same filth they were. Then the people from the monastery came. They sent me away and took the bodies off somewhere. I don't know what happened after that.
I need to ask about the dead, too. Did you notice anything odd about them?
I couldn't see much. It was as dark as a sinner's soul. But they were soaked. Soaked to the bone. And also, how to say it? Filthy. Both of them.
Filthy from what?
From shit.
Right.
From shit.
That can't happen after death.
No, I mean they were completely covered in it. Like someone had dunked them in it. Oh.
Are you sure they were already dead when you pulled them out?
Aye.
And may I ask how you knew?
When I carried them out, I thought I'd roast alive in seconds. But they were cold as ice. And one of them was already stiff as a board. When I laid him down, he just crunched. Oh.
Do you have any idea who those two were?
I've no idea. It was dark. I couldn't see their faces. Thank God. As it is, I'll be dreaming about this for a long time.
Thanks. I'll leave you be now.
Wait, I have no idea what to do with myself. I thought I'd finally do something right for once in my life. And how did I end up? Covered in shit, face burned, and humiliated. I'd rather never step outside the door again.
Why humiliated?
What are you on about? You acted like a hero.
Hardly. I'm a coward and a drunk.
Who ran into the flames to save his fellow man.
Aye. And what did it get me?
If not for you, they'd have burned to ash and wouldn't even have a decent burial. This way they can pass on with dignity. So stop feeling sorry for yourself and be a bit proud, all right?
Right, thanks. Hey, look, I haven't told anyone, but I found this key during the night. I've no idea whose it is, but maybe you'll find it useful.
Thanks.
Lost key. Okay, what else do we have? The scene of the fire and the bodies. Okay, I think it's a bit easier to get around now because it doesn't look like there's as many guards. Oh, there's the one there.
What's left of the shed? Elijah had more luck than sense. Wine. Could Elijah have lost it here? A torch? Damn, this wasn't an accident. Someone torched the shed to cover their tracks. At least this grill is here. Oil. Burns like the devil. No wonder there's barely anything left of the shed.
Why did they burn it is the question.
Rough cloth, badly charred, and bits of leather. Probably used as knee protection for work.
Okay.
Overturned sacks, soaked ground. Looks like he dragged them this way. And he wasn't careful where he was going. That's one deep rut. Whoever dragged them, the poor wretches gave him a rough time. Now I get what Elijah was talking about. Ugh.
Right. So they were basically... Hold on. They were basically dragged all the way over there. From here.
Wheel tracks. Headed that way towards the gate. Something's jammed in the lock. There's no way I can pick it. This way won't work. I'll have to find another route. Locked, damn it. It's hopeless. I can't get it open. The tracks are clear. That cart was bloody heavy. The cart tracks lead to the herbalists. Maybe Joachim knows more.
Uh-oh. Why is the dog dead?
Poor beast. Who did this to you?
We don't like dead dogs at all.
What in damnation is going on there?
You said they were better. Were you lying or just that stupid?
They took a turn for the worse. It came out of nowhere, and there was no saving them.
And those books I got for you.
You've half the monastery's library in here. Did you even bother looking at them?
I read every one, but I've told you 100 times, I am not a physician. I don't know what you all expected from me.
You were supposed to use your head, damn it. Now everyone and their dog is sniffing around here.
I couldn't just...
I thought I made myself clear. They stay here,
Of
you
course.
don't leave, and nobody must know a thing.
But what was I supposed to do? Your master.
Provided you with everything you needed and paid you generously. Or am I wrong?
Zacharias, of course.
What about that fire? Were you just covering your ass, or planning to rat on us too?
They were infected. For the sake of everyone in the monastery, I did what had to be done.
Doing what has to be done. For everyone's sake. Dennis!
I mean, luckily I have a sword by now.
Pray for a quick death, you bastard!
Or maybe I don't.
You won't save Albic anyway. You'll all die here. You'll all die here.
Well. Not quite.
Did you?
He's gone. Hold on. I'll fetch help.
Don't trouble yourself, son. But please, stay.
No. No, I'll run for Albi.
Pray with me. The Lord will soon welcome me.
All right. But I need to ask you something first.
Yes?
Why did you set the shed alight? Were you trying to get rid of the bodies?
Get rid of them? No. But should they rot under my roof? I only hope the fire would consume them. And that'd be the end of it.
Did you try to treat those poor souls yourself?
I did my best. On the orders of Master Zacharias, I tried everything, even against their will. But either the sickness had advanced too far, or I simply lacked the knowledge.
All right. Another prayer.
Our Father, who art in heaven.
Oh, Christ above. Go with God. Amen.
Man, what the fuck is going on? He has a Hungarian florin as oh no, that's no, he has one as well. Letter from Torwald. Written in respectful friendship on the feast, blah blah blah. It's been some time since we last blah blah blah. My stock of exotic spices is dwindling, trade routes are unsafe and prices are rising. Should a merchant caravan happen to visit the monastery by grace of his lordship, please blah blah blah. In return, and enclosed with the letter, a vial of genuine rose oil which I recently distilled. I hope it may be of use to you and the sick in your care. Definitely want that. Well, that escalated quickly. So basically the question is, what do we do first? But I feel like we can do this one first, and the other one will still be there. But either way, what I want to do here is grab a safe.
To your health, my friend. Hopefully the worst is behind us.
May not a drop go to waste.
No, not good.
Rats! Hey! Henry! It was his fault those two died. He was the first to know about the epidemic, and he tried to keep everything hushed up. He blackmailed the herbalist to hide them and treat them at his place. And when those bodies were found, what did he do? He sent that lackey of his to get rid of him.
Joachim is
dead. And that Dinesh of yours, too.
So now you kill me?
Give me just one more reason.
Of course.
Albik? Albik, what is it?
Did he kill him?
If I were you, I'd hold back a while. For everyone's sake.
You poisoned him? Why?
Calm down. He's still breathing.
What do you mean, still?
Whether he survives is up to you, and whether you're finally willing to cooperate.
I thought you and Albik were friends. He never did anything to deserve this.
Albik may not realize it, but half his shining reputation is thanks to me. Next to someone young and inexperienced, it's easy to look like a master. You saw it yourself. Even the Right Reverend didn't trust me. Me, royal physician to King Sigismund. But once Master Albik showed up, suddenly everything was different. And all he had to do was repeat the same things I'd already said.
So you only pretended to be his friend? All the while you looked down on him? You're mad. You want me to help you? Now, after all this?
If you're looking for someone to blame, try yourself. None of this would have happened if you hadn't kept getting in my way.
Don't try that on me. I don't need you. The infirmary has ingredients for all sorts of antidotes. We'll figure something out.
You think I used belladonna and amanita like some village herb woman? No. This is my own recipe. And a damned expensive one, I'll have you know. I save it for only the most distinguished.
Speak, traitor. What do you want from me?
I want Albik's closely guarded records on the treatment of King Wenceslas.
What? Why?
Don't play dumb. Albik spent a lot of time with him. I want to know what he wrote down.
So, it was you who turned our chamber upside down?
Me? No, that was Dinesh.
You swine. Albik confided in you that he had them, and you poisoned him so that...
I was hoping to frighten him. Maybe he'd give them to me for safekeeping. But the mad old fool went and hid them somewhere. So I need you to find them.
And if I bring you the records, you'll give me the antidote?
Not so fast. There's one more thing. something King Sigismund himself would greatly value. Apparently, somewhere in this monastery, there's a relic from the Holy Land, brought here years ago by a knight.
And that's what those workers were after. But they failed.
Morons.
You're not talking about Sir Valentine's sword, are you?
No. I'm talking about the relic of Sir Boleslav Bavor of Blatna.
So you mean there's more than one relic hidden here in the monastery? Aren't these things meant to be incredibly rare?
How should I know? I'm no chronicler. Either way, if you want Albic to leave here alive, and yourself along with him, you'll put in the work and find that grave. Or rather, what's in it. Once you've got the relic and the records, come to the church. We'll meet there. And one last piece of advice. Hurry. The substance acts slowly, but the longer you make Albic wait, the worse the consequences.
And what's to stop me grabbing you by the neck, beating the antidote out of you, and dragging you to the abbot?
The fact I'm not a fool. I haven't got the antidote on me. So we can go to the abbot and spend hours blaming each other. Meanwhile, Albic will die, right here on the cold ground in a puddle of his own vomit. If he's to survive, we do this my way. Do we understand each other?
You miserable bloody bastard. I'll do it, but only for Albic's sake.
I expected nothing less.
The time has come.
Henry, the records, they're behind scales.
What? What scales? Albic?
I actually also wanted to check what happened to the guy in the garden. I'm gonna do that quickly.
I can't just hand the real records over to Zachariah.
Henry, is something wrong? I just saw Master Zacharias. He nearly knocked me over, then ran out without a word.
Benedict, I need you to take care of Master Albic.
Lord have mercy. I had a feeling he couldn't avoid that illness forever.
He's not ill. He's been poisoned.
What? By whom?
Zachariah slipped something into his wine. He's still alive, but if I don't get the antidote quickly...
He'll die. But why would Zacharias do that?
It's a long story. Right now, I need you to look after Albic. He's in his bed, and in a bad state.
I'll keep an eye on him. And what will you do?
I'm going to find the antidote, and then settle things with Zacharias.
Very well. May God go with you.
Actually, one more thing. Does the phrase, behind the scales, mean anything to you?
The scales. Well, it's a symbol of justice. The Archangel Michael is often depicted on Judgment Day holding scales. Why do you ask?
Albic whispered it to me. I hoped he was trying to give me a clue, point me to somewhere he hid something. Only, with the curfew, he couldn't have left the infirmary.
Unless... I just remembered, Albic did actually leave once. It was a few days ago, and he asked me not to tell anyone.
Really? Do you know where he went?
He wanted to speak personally with the Right Reverend Father Jan.
But he's been warning us all along to stay away from him.
I thought it strange too. But that's all I know.
Even so, you've helped me. Thank you.
I thought scales would mean like scales on a body, like dragon scales, not scales and like weighing something. So it's helpful to know that. Oh, I thought I could let him know that I did.
I hope someone waters you when I'm no longer here.
Okay. Anyway, it is quite late. This is it for me for today. It's getting interesting. I like it. Zacharias seemed shady from the beginning, and Dinesh as well. But yeah, we know what we need to do. So